Alright, second video. Also realized I didn't even fucking introduce myself yesterday. Uh, if it's your first time, or actually, it's the name of my channel, but my name is Felipe. And, you know, again, just like driving, like talking about real shit. Good way to express myself in ways I'm thinking, because I usually can't talk about stuff like this with a lot of people. So today, I was basically just going to talk about kind of the topic of presence, being present in your life, and how that honestly impacts your happiness at the end of the day. First thing I was really wanting to touch on was kind of just to make a good basis in your head is to kind of think about moments in your own life where you've felt happy and connect that to the times you felt present. And I think what you're going to notice is a lot of those moments are going to be overlapping. They're going to be the exact same. Think about a moment where you were with think about a moment you were happy. Maybe you were doing something you liked. Maybe you were being with someone that you liked, with your friends, with your family, with a loved one, or doing straight up an activity that you love. For me, either the gym or soccer. Um, and think about how the time when you were doing those things, where you're being happy, where you were with people you love, doing things you love, and think about how quickly the moment passed by, how time seemed almost non-existent when you're doing those things, and how when that happens, you're not thinking about the past or the future, what you got to do, what you did wrong. You're focused on the present moment. And when you capture yourself in those type of moments, a lot of the time, all I can do is I break a smile on my own. And it's something that is important because I feel like a lot of us nowadays, especially I do this especially, is think about the present the least out of the three: past, present, and future. I know a lot of us tend to stay on the past, things that we did wrong, things we regret, things we wish we could do differently. And then also the future, things we got to do, stressing about things that we have to complete that we haven't done yet. And it takes control. It, it fills your mind with stress, anxiety, depression. I know it can fuel things such as self hatred or no motivation. You stack too many things that you think you have to do while thinking about the future, or maybe you stack too many things that you regret doing, and you almost start to hate yourself in a way. You think about what you could have done differently instead of thinking about where you are right now. What can you do right now in this present moment? What are you doing right now? And every single time I've ever stopped and thought about that kind of unique type of perspective about what am I doing right now, what in this moment, what can I do right now, I always seem to have a clearer head and a more, like, I guess, positive and happy mentality. Like, just that single sense of saying, what can I do right now? What am I doing right now? Already gives me a sense of relief. Like, whatever I was thinking about in the past or the future, it's just gone. Because it's all built up in my own head. The things in the past have already happened. You can't change them. The only thing you can do is look back and fix and do better from them. If you let the past corrupt you and keep staying on your shoulders, you're gonna feel constantly down. You're gonna allow these things to affect your good habits that you're trying to build to become better. Instead of thinking about how much it really is, think about what you can do right now, and tweak it for a positive and fulfilling change in your life. And that's what brings it back to the being present. Being present, it ultimately makes you more happy. And that's kind of what I'm trying to get at. And it's the same way thinking about the future. I know you could be super nervous, or it's almost exhausting. Think about all these things that you have to do. You haven't done them yet. You got to get up. You procrastinate. Causes all these type of problems. You feel bad about yourself, and then when you don't do, or maybe you do and not at the good enough level that you think, then now you're back thinking about the past and what you should have done before, how you should have changed, how you almost hate what you didn't do or hate what you did do. So if you just ask this question of what can I do right now, and see how it changes, like maybe even the urgency or the time between actions, and doing your daily tasks that you need to do throughout the day, throughout the month, throughout the year, because it can really positively affect your life if you think about what you can do right now. There's a lot of times where I'm sitting on my bed, lying down, doom scrolling, and instead of, I'll do it in 20 minutes, I'll do it in 30 minutes. But your brain is already fried from the 30 minutes you've already been doom scrolling. So you might as well get up right now. You're not going to miss on anything. I know there's a lot of times where I just catch myself half a second on each video just scrolling up because I'm trying to find something that's entertaining to me. So then there's nothing I'm missing. There's no fear of missing out at that point. You're just mindlessly wasting time. So when you think about what you can do right now in this moment, and you just go and do it, especially if it's even the smallest amount of work you could put in, just the first building block, it can help so much of what you're trying to achieve in the long run, and achieve that delayed gratification. Today, for instance, I was out with my friends late last night, and kind of had to maybe push my schedule down the day. Woke up really late, felt really tired, and had to shift my schedule around, and started thinking about the future, the past. Especially when you surround your stuff with the past, it consumes you with regret and hatred towards yourself. I know a lot of people's For You pages on TikTok, especially mine, almost care for that type of that way of thinking. If you only like the sad TikToks talking about what you should like, all the relatable sad stuff, it's gonna stay in your mind. It's gonna stay in your head. You're gonna keep thinking about it, which is another positive impact about not staying on there too long on your phone. Getting up and doing activities that make you feel present. When you go out and at the gym, you're thinking about this exact rep, this moment, pushing yourself. You're not thinking about whoever the fuck just screwed you over last night, or how she didn't fucking text you. Instead, now you're over here knowing that you're bettering yourself, and trusting in the process of the delayed gratification. And it's almost like you don't even have to worry about the future anymore. In that exact moment, you're doing what you're not thinking about anything else. And that's the hook. That's when you're with your friends and you're laughing and you're not thinking about anything. That's the hook right there. That's what you want to feel when you're hanging out with your friends. That's what you want to experience. That's why laughing is such a beautiful thing. Smiling, all part of happiness in general. And that's the point of being present. I'm trying to say what I'm thinking about it. Maybe one of you guys will stop yourself in the next, doesn't even have to be the next time. maybe, I know we all think about stuff all the time. You have a lot of free time on your hands and you might be thinking about something. At least one of those times, just stop yourself and be like, what can I be doing right now? Instead of thinking about the past, instead of thinking about the future. And it's okay to think about those things every once in a while at a certain limit so that you can build from the past or even plan for the future. But don't stay stuck on those. Make sure most of your time thinking and doing is in the present. Because it's ultimately going to make you happier. When you're 90 years old, reaching the end of your life, you're not going to be thinking about the future. You're going to be thinking, like, you don't want to be stuck thinking about all the things you need to do because you only got little time left. So why should that apply? That should apply to all parts of life if you want to ultimately be happier at the end of the day. And yeah, another thing I just wanted to talk about, again, being real. Hopefully this helps one of you guys out there. Headed to the gym now too. Again, like I said, I had to personally move my schedule back. Usually try and make it around 11 a.m. to the gym, but we're making it 8 p.m. tonight. Sun's still out though. Still nice outside. And right now I'm just driving. I think another reason why I like driving so much is the presence of it, really. Because when you're driving, even though I love to listen to music while driving, and it kind of just cancels out all the thinking about the past, thinking about the future, what I got to do, and I'm just in the moment, focused on not running into a tree. And instead, focusing on driving in a straight line, the lyrics of the song I'm trying to sing, the nature outside, the sky, the sun, and ultimately just it's almost a calming, nurturing place to be, where you don't have to constantly have that weight of your thoughts over you. So just try and find that moments where you're present and you feel like time passes by quick, and you're with that person, and when it's over, you're like, oh, what? Like, it's like you're part of that moment, being you were present in that moment. And when you do that, you're gonna find yourself way happier, way happier. So yeah, got more talks coming later on, and yeah, see you guys later.